this is John and Harry once again with Pop Shop, your one-stop shop for all your pop culture news.
What's going on, everybody?
Harry, it's been 2 weeks and a lot of things have happened.
I guess this is what they call award show season, and there's like a lot of stuff going on TV, and there's there's just a lot of stuff going on in general now. This is a busy time of year.
Yeah, definitely. There's been some exciting news, some less exciting news, all sorts of stuff.
Yeah. But there has been news.
Oh, always. always news.
There's always news. And it's weird because they used to call it slow days. And I don't think there's been a slow day for news in
there hasn't been a slow day for
years.
News this year at least.
Yeah. So
well, this weekend, I think it was Sunday, was the Oscars.
Yes.
And we see a lot of really great movies getting awards. They're really getting the movies that actually deserve to be awarded getting awards. I'm very happy about that.
Yeah.
Especially actors and actresses, who are people of color. Mm-hmm. We saw a lot of that and a lot of pride in that.
Okay. Yeah. We have. Yeah.
Yeah. But what I really want to talk about,
I'm
sure you already know what I want to talk about, is the mistake the announcers made, that the secretaries made, with La La Land and Moonlight. Now, La La Land was a really good picture. I actually haven't seen it yet, but I can say with confidence that it was a good picture. Unfortunately, there was a lot of whitewashing going on. I feel like that's why they didn't win. Because they whitewashed something that's so, drenched in
so you're saying
history.
That they didn't do it out of feeling like they shouldn't. More, it wasn't so much a picture versus picture. It was more of a what would you call it, an emotional or more like a moral kind of thing. How would you describe it?
Well, first of all, it was a mess up. I think one of the secretaries put the wrong name in.
That seemed kind of weird because I feel like the two older people. What were they? Who were they? I forget who their names were. They're longtime actors, actor and actress, but they read the card, and the card that they read, I believe, it said La La Land, but it was for the wrong category.
Oh, yeah.
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 So I feel like they took a lot more heat that they didn't really deserve.
Yeah.
From all that.
And, celebrities mess up all the time.
Oh, 100%.
We just don't see it.
Yeah.
We just don't see it. I mean, what are some of the biggest examples? What's her name? Christina Aguilera messing up the national anthem at the Super Bowl God knows how long ago.
Yeah.
3 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, especially in high-pressure situations, which these celebrities are almost always forced into because they are celebrities. They are the people that have all eyes on them. And, I mean, if you want to see the true actor or actress, I recommend watching bloopers of movies or TV shows or something like that. Because that's when you're seeing, you're not seeing that finished product where, you're watching a show and you're like, man, I can't believe, these people are so good at doing what they're doing. It took them, 20 takes to get
that good.
Yeah, it took them, 20 takes to get what they got.
Man, blooper reels that are really worth watching. Parks and Rec.
Parks and Rec, The Office. I always love.
God, The Office blooper reels are great.
I watch them. I loved watching them so much.
Right.
There was a lot. I mean, this Academy Award was filled, and I want to say this about award shows in general. I feel like I never see the movies that always win, ever.
Harry, I think you just need to go to the theater more often.
I don't go to the theater. Well, that's another issue. It's $30 for two people to go to a movie theater.
That's also true. I won't lie, I haven't been able to see Hidden Figures or Moonlight or La La Land. I basically didn't see any of the things that won.
Yeah, I didn't either.
I didn't see any of the actors or actresses that won. Yep. I didn't see anything.
Yep.
But I do want to say that everyone, I mean, even the cast of La La Land was ecstatic that Moonlight won.
Yeah, after the brief moment of confusion, because I saw pictures floating around, and it was Emma Stone's face, and she kind of looked pissed off, but it was, if you took it in context, it was confusion.
It was wait, what?
Yeah, but after the initial confusion wore off, they were all very happy, and that's the thing about celebrities. and like people in that industry, they tend to stick together pretty strong no matter what.
Each other.
Yeah, they're very happy for each other. But yeah, I mean, I didn't personally watch the Academy Awards this year. I never really watch award shows. It's just not my thing. I mean, are you into watching them?
Not really. I watched the Tonys.
Wait, what's the Tonys are for?
Broadway.
Broadway, okay.
Broadway shows. I watch the Tonys, and I usually watch anything that an animated film is up for nomination and stuff.
Speaking of animated films, Zootopia won Best Animated Feature Film this year.
Well, now, why do you think Zootopia won over Moana? Did you see either of them?
I did not.
Of course not.
I didn't watch any of these movies.
Well, I saw both of them, and I thought that both of them were absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
I think that the animation in both of them was fabulous. The music, the actors, everything was on point for both of those movies.
Yeah.
However, I know that Zootopia won because it took so much more to animate animals and all of those fur follicles.
Individuals. And that's the one thing that
took so much more, and it was so impressive, and it was actually well done.
Yeah.
And that's why it won.
Yeah, and I don't think people realize that about animated films. When they do animals, they legitimately animate each individual hair follicle.
Yeah.
And like the best example of that, for me at least, when I first learned about it, was Monsters, Inc. Like Sully, literally that took like hours upon hours to like days and months to make him look like that.
Yeah.
So it really is a skill, and these guys they're amazing at it. It's unbelievable.
But I do want to say that Moana did animate hair with, Filipino hair, I think it would be, with great accuracy, actually. Even when the hair was wet, it was pretty realistic.
Yeah. Now, staying on animated films, does it seem like animated films aren't staying in the theaters as long as they used to? I feel like Moana was like just put in, and then and now it's out on DVD. It's like so quick anymore.
Well, now you're just thinking Disney movies, because that's all that's been coming out recently.
Or animated Disney movies.
Disney movies do so well in the box office that they don't need to stay in that long. And Disney already has the money. They don't need to keep them in that long.
Yeah.
Like something like La La Land, that was made by, I don't even know, who did La La Land?
I got director, Damien Chazelle.
Yeah, what about production company?
Let me give that a gander.
Was it Warner Brothers, maybe?
Production company. Let's see. La La Land was produced by Summit Entertainment, Black Label Media. Well, all these movies, they have 7 or 8 different production companies that go in on them. So the main one looks like Summit Entertainment. They have Black Label Media, TIK Films, Imposter Pictures.
And I've barely heard of any of those.
Yeah.
So, when you have one of these I guess small name production companies working together, they don't necessarily have all of that money that Sony, DreamWorks, Disney, Warner Brothers has. So they want to keep the movies that are doing well in the theaters so that they can just keep generating money.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure La La Land is still in theaters. I think it came out in December, and it's still in theaters. Yeah. We're in March now.
I don't know. I always felt like Finding Nemo was in for so long, and I felt like Monsters Inc. was in for a while.
This is way back when.
I understand when we were younger and everything.
Pixar was still kind of getting its starts and stuff at that point. I think by the time Finding Nemo came out, they only had 4 movies. Pixar was only just starting to get popular.
Yeah.
With A Bug's Life and, oh gosh, what even came out before Finding Nemo?
I do know that Pixar and Disney's first, after Disney had bought Pixar, the first movie they did was Toy Story.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they had a couple of big ones, but I can understand they weren't, they weren't as huge, and Finding Nemo and those movies were a really, really big deal.
Yeah.
When they came out.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I don't know. I just felt like animated movie. I don't.
I mean, maybe it's that. Maybe it's we're just older and we don't notice it anymore.
Yeah, and I just find myself not as interested in movies anymore.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know. And here's my other thing. I'm very disinterested with dramatic movies. I'm almost exclusively now watching comedic TV shows.
Well, now, That's because I can tell you right away from a psychology standpoint. That's because when we watch dramatic movies, we feel those things that those people are feeling, and we don't necessarily want to feel that stress. We don't want to feel that sadness, whatever you get from those dramatic TV shows.
Yeah.
We don't want to feel that. However, people do in fact watch those because some people they need that outlet so that they don't have to feel it in real life. It's called catharsis. It's where you it's the reason we watch horror movies. We watch or read things so that we can feel those things. We have a psychological need to feel those things. So we watch or read things that make us feel those things, but we know that we're safe. It's not
at the end of the movie. It's over.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I don't know. It's just I don't know, and I think it is a lot of that. I think it's just like I'm tired of like hearing all like the dramatic stories of like today's like news and everything like that, and I'm tired of hearing the sad stories. And I mean, the sad stories do need to be told and everything like that, but I guess just right now I'm more focused on just trying to be happy.
Fair enough, Harry.
Yep. But a lot of big movies won this year. Manchester by the Sea.
Oh, yeah.
With Casey Affleck, directed by Ben Affleck.
I'm glad that won.
Did you see that?
I did.
And what? My sister saw it.
I thought it was pretty dang good.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I forget. I know my sister was on one of the polar ends of the spectrum, but I'm not sure if she completely disliked it or completely loved it.
I thought it was pretty good. I think it deserved an award, but I
and the guy won Best Actor, Casey Affleck, and then they won Best Original Screenplay.
Yeah.
So
I think it deserved at least one of those awards.
Yeah.
Maybe Best Original Screenplay, but like still really good.
Yeah. Now, I will say this.
Oh no.
Suicide Squad won 2 awards.
Well, now, which two?
They won 1 award.
They won costuming. They won costume and makeup.
They won best makeup, and the 2 people that were in charge of like the costuming and makeup, they both got an award for it.
Now, do you know why it won that?
Because Harley Quinn's hot.
No, Harry.
Oh, I thought that was the
answer. and it wasn't the Joker's makeup either. Did you see Suicide Squad?
Yes, I did.
Diablo's tattoos.
Yeah,
those were not real tattoos. They were made. They were painted on every single day with excruciating detail.
Yeah.
Also, Killer Croc's makeup.
Killer Croc was very elaborate.
The fact that he had all of that makeup, he would spend hours before going on camera in makeup, and the fact that they were able to do that makeup while also allowing him to emote, keep his facial emotions accurate and like it was so fluid.
Yeah,
everything was so fluid with that makeup job. It was actually pretty stunning.
Yeah,
and a lot of people were like looking at I don't know, this one Alien movie that I didn't even know came out or something. I don't know, but like when you do alien makeup, they always seem to like add these weird things on like mandibles and stuff, and it makes the face like very like not able to move much. Yeah,
and I think it's another thing of sometimes with alien movies, they almost make it unbelievable because they think the more that they add to the costume, the more alien-like it'll look.
Yeah.
But like anybody that's trained, and especially these Academy Awards people that are giving out awards, anybody that's trained to like look at these things are going to look at this makeup and be like, okay, not all of that is 100%, realistic or not even realistic, but like necessary. You know what I mean?
But like the Suicide Squad, I think, deserved the award.
I think when you take a lot of these,
when you take it out of context, people are like, "Oh, Suicide Squad wasn't that great of a movie," but like they did do a really good job on makeup, so they did actually deserve that award.
And that's what it comes down to. It's a matter of you have to separate each of these individual award categories. We're good. Okay. Each of these individual award categories. And, kind of take away the storyline of the movie, unless it's for, like, Best Picture or whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But,
so enough about... Actually, speaking of movies, did you see the movie,
Oh, God. I can almost guarantee you.
I forgot what it's called. Chris Pratt and Jennifer Lawrence?
Oh, Passengers!
Yeah, Passengers.
I did see
You did see that movie.
I saw that movie with the girlfriend,
All right, so the...
I'm very happy that I actually saw one of the movies you're going to reference.
The whole idea of the movie, for those of you who didn't see it, is that these people are in stasis. They're traveling to a new planet to colonize.
Yes.
And one of them, basically, meteor hits the ship, and it makes his stasis pod go haywire. So he wakes up early, like 99 years too early or something like that.
Yeah. And his pod was the only one that woke up.
And he was the only one who woke up. So, after a while, it's like, oh God, I'm alone. You go a little crazy.
I think it was after a couple of years he ended up going
after 1 year.
1 year.
After 1 year, he went crazy. But it makes sense.
Yes.
I
can't imagine
all of that stuff.
Yeah.
But what I want to bring up with that movie is the 7 Earth-like planets that we discovered.
Okay.
We discovered 7 Earth-like planets, 3 of which are actually habitable.
Yes. I did hear about that, actually, as well.
I think that is a huge... And they're relatively close, too. They're relatively close. We could colonize them if we put the money into the research for mass space travel like that.
Yeah. Now, are we technologically advanced for that mass space travel yet?
If we put the money in it, absolutely.
You think?
Absolutely.
See, I don't...
We have the technology. We have the technology, we just need the money to build it.
We have the technology to do that right now.
We just need the money to build it.
See, now...
We need the money to pay the engineers to develop the technology further.
Well, see, that's the other thing. How long is it going to take them to develop it?
Not that many years.
Well, that's an assumption.
In the relative amount, like I'd say 20 years at most, we'd be ready for space travel if we put the money into it.
Now, the system of planets is about 40 light years away, or 235 trillion miles. And they are located just outside of our solar system.
Yep.
And all.
So again, but that's still relatively close.
I know, but like,
it's not like it's in another galaxy.
I feel like it's so crazy to think that the technology would be there, right? Okay, pumping more money into the machine.
I mean,
sure.
We've sent probes to the outer planets. We've sent probes to the gas giants,
and they've been able to respond back and
absolutely.
Everything.
I mean, of course we've had failures, but we know the composition of them because we've been able to send probes to them.
Yeah.
Who says we couldn't send people?
Nothing. I think what you're going to have to do, though, is find somebody that's gutsy enough to be the first one to make that move, because your chances are you're either going to be surviving alone for the most part on the planet. If you take people with you.
Take people with you.
You're either going to be surviving on this new planet or you're going to die in a fiery blaze of glory. Blaze of Glory. So, yes, not Blades of Glory.
That's another movie, Harry.
I love those movies.
So, my question to you is, Harry, if they decide that they were going to start sending people to colonize these planets, would you go?
Would I
Or would you be afraid that something like Passengers would happen to you?
Now, after we talk about this, there's one thing I want to talk about with Passengers, because I have a very serious question about that. I think that... I like to think that I would recognize the situation is getting so bad that I need to leave Earth, and that I would go. But I know that I'm quite good with staying comfortable with where
Harry,
I'm at.
You're going to mortuary school. We might need that on the new planets.
You never know. And if I make my move there... It's perfect. I have a stranglehold on the
you have a monopoly.
I have a monopoly on my hand. And I, on this new planet, will not abide by the rules of this planet.
Oh, Harry. Oh, dear.
No, but I like to think that I would go. I think I would. I mean...
I'd go if not for the research of the new wildlife.
I would go if my family went. I don't know if I could do the whole going and then not ever seeing my family again. That would be tough for me, and because I'm very close with my family, and I'm very close with my girlfriend's family, so that would be very tough. Now, would you go?
Like
if that was the case, if they said you can go, we can't bring your family.
If I can't bring my family,
yeah.
Can I bring my SO?
Sure.
I'd go. We have a very merciless member with us.
Yeah, Kay's here. She's just not taking part.
Hi, everyone. I'm just
She's just not taking part.
Sitting there being quiet.
So you would guess. So then we'd be on the ship together.
Yeah, Harry.
Playing devil's advocate.
You wouldn't be alone.
Bring your SO.
What was that?
I said playing devil's advocate. You can't bring your SO.
I can't bring my SO?
Yeah.
I might go anyway.
Wow, there you go.
Because it is such an incredible opportunity to learn about thousands of possible new organisms.
Keeping in mind that those organisms might not be too happy that you're there.
Okay, look.
I'm just saying.
The organisms on Earth aren't happy that we're here.
Oh, whatever. I'm just saying. I would hate to show up and then there's like a organism rebellion on our hands.
Well, what is it, like Avatar, the planet's fighting back?
Yeah, exactly. Now, so you would go.
I would go.
That's good.
We need scientists. We need people who are creative, think outside the box, and all that stuff. We would need scientists, writers, I guess political leaders.
Okay.
At least one.
Politicians back here on Earth.
Anybody that calls himself a politician is unnecessary.
That's true.
Now, can I pose the question I had about passengers real quick?
No.
Okay, yeah, sure. What's your question?
I talked to this about my family. In the movie, he wakes Jennifer Lawrence's character up. Chris Pratt's character wakes her pod up because he can't stand being alone anymore.
Yeah.
You have your loved one on the ship to these new planets. You wake up 99 years early. Do you wake them up?
My loved one, or like I fell in love with them while they were in the pod, like Chris Pratt did.
Well, we'll do one of each situation. We'll do you bring.
I would feel entirely too guilty to wake someone that I barely know up. If I have my loved one on there, sure. I feel like I'd wake them up. We'd have some good times alone on a ship. I mean, one of my questions was, did they have children? Did they have children that then grew up on that ship waiting for everyone else to wake up?
Yeah, the movie.
Because I feel like I would.
The movie didn't really go in.
It didn't go into that because it just kind of cut off with like them, like they like terraformed the ship or something.
Yeah.
But like.
Yeah, I don't know what the answer would be for that, and I guess they probably would.
But what I would do is I'd have children. I'd raise them on the ship. Say, hey, when you guys are this old, all these people, you see all these people, they're gonna wake up, and you're gonna be like, haha, suckers, we were here first.
Yep. Yeah. And this was much to the chagrin of my family. I got a lot of everybody basically jumped on me for this one. I wouldn't wake anybody up. I'd be perfectly okay.
Are you
and I'd
sure?
go crazy. I'd go crazy.
You'd go crazy?
I'd go crazy, but I wouldn't do it. And especially like if I had my girlfriend on there with me now, I don't think I'd have the guts to wake her up and.
But imagine her devastation when she wakes up and sees you dead.
That's their argument. But then, like, I'm just gonna wake her up for 90 years of what?
Well, I mean, he could have put her back. I'm pretty sure.
I thought he completely blew her pod. I thought that was the whole thing. He like completely messed with her pod. That it was like technologically they couldn't like.
I guess maybe he couldn't do it.
Yeah.
But like it really only looked like he pulled like one board out, and I'm like, okay, so put her back.
Yeah. Well, I guess the technology in the movie was not.
He pulled like one circuit board out, and I'm like, okay, put the circuit board back in, connect anything that's loose to the right things, and then put her back in.
If that's all it would take, like in the movie, they would need a much stronger idea of technology, like in order for people to stay asleep.
I mean,
I don't know. I personally consider waking somebody up 90 years too early.
Would you kill yourself?
Would I kill myself?
Would you would go insane? Do you think you'd end up killing yourself? Like he almost did? He almost ejected himself out of the airlock?
I like to think I wouldn't. But I guess I don't really know too much about being in that situation or I don't want to say insane, but having, that mental stress on you. So, I don't know.
So, if you were alone on this cruise ship to a new colony, what would you do? Like,
if I woke up and I was alone.
Yeah, and you were alone and you had all these amenities. Like, what would you do first? Would you break into a room like he did and like get a better room?
100%.
Oh, hands down.
100%. At that point, everything's fair game on the ship.
I kind of found it funny that he didn't have a very good meal. He had like the bare bones meal plan, and he had no way of upgrading himself.
That would be a major issue for me because I love food. That might be enough to put me over the edge. Because I love food so much.
This stupid cereal throws it out the airlock.
Like, I don't know if I'd be able to take that, but I would definitely upgrade everything that I could. I'd get a better room. I did like the idea of the bar being readily available. I was a big fan of that
Get
one.
Get smashed every night.
Every single night.
Start having some liver problems.
Yeah, wow. You're going to die anyway, right?
Yeah, you have that nice little, like, med bay thing that you can just kind of lay down in and it'll take care of you.
If only surgery was that easy. Just lay down, click, done, over. But, yeah. Good discussion today.
Yeah, I'm glad we talked about this. I really hope we do actually, like, start reaching out to other planets. I think that'd be really cool. I think it's a good idea.
I think it's got to be the next step. I mean,
we're actively destroying our planet. I mean, if we go to another planet, would we do things the same, or would we, like, try to make it better so that we don't actively destroy the planet?
No, we'd probably do things the same way. People conform to what they were, not conform so much, but people always go back to what they were. Just like me saying I'd be sketchy about getting on the ship to another planet because I'm so comfortable here.
You're right,
and Harry. I know what I have.
You're right, Harry.
So, I don't know. But, I mean, it's the only step. Whether we're killing our planet or we're not, it's definitely happening. Like, we're going to move on to other planets just because that's our need for new information.
Oh, yeah. Do you think we'll end up like the Spaceballs?
What, going on,
You know the movie Spaceballs?
Yeah.
The Spaceballs, they basically just destroy whatever planet they live on.
Yeah,
they destroy the ozone. They have no air to breathe. Like, do you think we're going to end up like that here on Earth?
I think if we get to the point where different countries can go out and expand different worlds, you're going to start seeing legitimate intergalactic war.
I mean, people are already, like, selling fresh canned air to China.
I did see that. Yeah, that's legit. Well, hey, they need it. So,
yep. All right. Well, Harry, good talk today.
Just to uplift everybody's spirits. Yeah.
It's a shame I didn't have any more questions, but like those were the two big things that really happened.
We took a pretty good amount of time to do some questions.
Yeah. All right.
I'm happy with them.
I am way happy.
Good.
So this is good. We won't see you next week because that's
spring break.
That's spring break.
Yeah.
But the week after I come back from my cruise, I'll like hook into the internet and check out whatever.
After he gets back from his cruise.
Look, I have like the basic meal plan and like the lowest cost room.
Every morning they give you a piece of cardboard to eat for breakfast. You have to live in somebody's suitcase.
Oh my god. But after I get back, I'll hook up into the internet, see whatever news I missed, and we'll come back the week after.
Perfect.
I think that would be the 16th.
Yeah.
And we'll be here. See you guys in 2 weeks.
Yep, we will see you all later. Thank you all for listening to DBU Podcast Pop Shop. If you have any questions or concerns, be sure to ask us or follow us or whatever on Twitter and Facebook. We are the Podcast Club at Del Val. Thank you all for listening, and we will see you for the next Pop Shop.
See you later.